Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be all about fragrance mists. If you guys didn't catch my video, I think it was either 2 or 3 weeks ago, I talked about 50 fragrance releases, including perfume and mists, and we already have 16 more just mists alone. And there are new fragrances coming out already as well. And then at the end, I'm gonna go over some mists that I've picked up and give you guys like a quick review on them. So before we get into the video, today is the last day to enter the Kayali giveaway that I did a couple weeks ago. It was in my declutter video, which I will have that link down below. And then a special thank you to Jeulia Jewelry. They did send me this gorgeous wedding set to share with you guys because we are currently in wedding season and they are having their wedding season sale that is currently going on. I've worked with Jeulia Jewelry in the past. I actually have several of their pieces and I have also purchased from them as well as Dennis. So they are a company I'm very familiar with, and I was super happy when they asked me if they could send a wedding set because I have not been able to wear my wedding set for a couple years now. After I had thyroid issues and gained my weight, my set no longer fits me. So when they told me that I could pick my own, I was super happy. They were so kind to let me pick 2 separate. They do have sets that come together, but I had been wanting this stack as well as this solitaire for some time now. When it came to the solitaire, I did go for something similar to the size I already have, but I am looking at this emerald cut that's slightly larger, so I'll probably add that to my collection down the road. But I picked this stack and solitaire because they actually match and I can wear them in different ways. Like I can wear them all together or just the stack alone, and I can also go for a more traditional style with the different bands. I will have all the information along with their current sale and then my code in case you decide to just get one piece, because I do believe the sale is on a buy one get like the second one discounted. So if you just want one piece, I'll link my code as well, but I would always try both, see which one saves you the most money and go with that one. So thank you again, Jeulia Jewelry, for sending me this gorgeous ring, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So first up, we're gonna start with Kitsch Tart Cherry. This smells like tart black cherries and it has keynotes of black cherry, raspberry, and vanilla, and it uses the first of its kind patented odor eliminating technology. So you see it's supposed to make your hair smell good. And I don't know about you guys, but living here in Florida, my hair gets funky after I walk with my mom or just walk Oliver, so that's actually a nice thing to have, something that has that eliminating technology. I've seen that in dry shampoo, so I wouldn't say it's first of its kind. I use dry shampoo that eliminates odor as well. All right, next we have Sol de Janeiro's Glow Motions Glow Oil Carnival Queen, and this is going to have their iconic Cheirosa 62 scent, but it's gonna have this beautiful limited edition rose gold shimmer. I do have some of their body oils that I've purchased in the past. This is nice because it's scented. I don't know that I've really paid attention. Now I need to know.
A few moments later.
Oh, it is scented. Let me just put it on. Ooh, I think it has the original. I kind of like that it's a mist.
That is not correct.
Because this gets your hand all sticky and dirty. All right, next we have from Kapari, we have Pink Guava Hair and Body Mist. This is a fruity and fresh fragrance with top notes of guava, mandarin, mango, middle notes of papaya, terry flower, coconut nectar, and base notes of vanilla and sandalwood. I have all of the Kaparis in 30 mils, and I did look this one up to see if they had a mini, and currently they do not. And I don't know that I want 120 mils of this one fragrance, just because I feel like this is going to smell a lot like Ellis Brooklyn's Guava Granita. But I would try this one in store if I saw it. Then we have a new one from Fleur, and they've been spitting these out left and right because they came out with Beach Skin and Peach Skin. So this is Vanilla Nectar. This is a fruity floral with top notes of papaya nectar, apricot, sugared tangelo, heart notes of peach blossom, coconut orchid, jasmine dew, and base notes of whipped vanilla and a honeyed amber. Then we have a new one from We, and this is We the People's Body Water Fragrance Body Mist. It's a body water fragrance mist. So it does does look like they might come out with other ones because this one's called Orange Blossom. This was the only one I saw online, but this is a lightweight and layerable mist that refreshes the skin and hair. This has notes of Orange Blossom blend with notes of bright citrus, creamy neroli, and lush greens for a soft sunlit scent on the skin and hair. Then we have two new ones from Salt and Stone, and I did pick these up, and I'm gonna be doing a dedicated video on Salt and Stone, so I'll go over these in more detail. But we have Saffron and Cedar. This one's in the warm and spicy fragrance family, and this has saffron, jasmine, and cedarwood. And then we have neroli and basil, and this is in the fragrance family of earthy and woody, and this has notes of neroli, basil, and shiso leaf. I fell in love with the deodorant, so I went ahead and bought the big boy. I already knew I was gonna love this one. And then they don't sell this separately. I got this in a set. I knew not to get a big one because this one's being compared to Baccarat Rouge 540, and you guys know I am over that scent profile, but I wanted to test it and give you guys a range review, so that's coming in a couple weeks. Then we have two new fragrance mists from Glossier. Now they are coming out with the whole skincare line. It looks like they're coming out with like gels and lotions and soap, but we're only gonna go over the mists. So we have two. We have Sandstone. This is an aromatic, grounding, herbaceous scent where the mountains meet the sea. And then we have Orange Blossom Neroli, a refreshing and vibrant citrus floral scent like a vacation in a bottle. So Sandstone is aromatic and grounding with warm sandalwood, clary sage, and fresh fig leaf. And then Orange Blossom Neroli is refreshing and vibrant with orange blossom, bergamot, and fresh green neroli buds. So again, that is two from Glossier. I would definitely get into Sephora to test these out. I don't know that I would blindly get these unless I saw enough reviews. I need to know if these are duping anything else, because a lot of fragrance mists are doing that. All right, then we have three new ones from the brand Heretic. They're coming out with Dirty Lemon, Dirty Mango, and Dirty Grapefruit. Dirty Lemon has top notes of lemon peel, cedar, bergamot, lime, and pepper. Heart notes of clary sage and grapefruit, and base notes of labdanum and oak moss. Dirty Mango has top notes of lemon, mandarin, and bergamot. Heart notes of mango, geranium, and black currant, and base notes of ambrette and sandalwood. And then Dirty Grapefruit has top notes of grapefruit peel, lemon, and orange. Heart notes of damask rose and geranium, and base notes of black tea, cedar, and vetiver. I love the marketing. I love the notes. This is a set I would definitely see if I could find a sale, maybe around Black Friday. I've been wanting to try Heretic perfume, so I think this is a nice introduction. All right, then Numerology is coming out with 4 fragrance hair and body mists. We have 222 Cosmic Cocoa and Musk with notes of white musk, coconut milk, and macaron sugar. We have 333 Sheer Fig and Salt with notes of grapefruit blossom, sheer matcha, salted fig, and driftwood. Then we have 444 Sunkissed and Manoi with notes of pineapple, solar musk, and sandalwood. And then we have 555 Strawberry Air with notes of strawberry, muguet, or lily of the valley, musk, and amber. These sound really nice. I do see that they have them at Ulta, so I hope I could go into store and test these out. I also don't want to get ridiculous with the fragrance mist, but some of these sound a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing. So I would definitely go into store to try these out. Next we're gonna go into some new fragrance mists in my collection. I do wanna do a dedicated review on Salt and Stone, so I will follow these up. But I'm gonna talk about Sol de Janeiro and Ellis Brooklyn, because to me these are more summery, fruity fragrances, where Salt and Stone is a little bit more minimalistic, a little bit more of your simple, clean fragrances. So we're gonna start off with the Sol de Janeiro summer set. We have Danza Mística, Agua Mística, and Flor Mística. And I already kind of gave you guys my first impressions, but it doesn't really change much. So we'll start off with Danza Mística, and this one reminds me of Van Cleef & Arpels Santal Blanc, which if you saw my declutter, it was up on my chopping block, but I kind of put it back on my shelf for now. But this one's more tropical. I find Santal Blanc to be more cozy and tropical, but maybe transitioning into fall. It's more of a cozy, figgy fragrance. This one has something a little warmer, brighter, but still being cozy. So definitely not a dupe, but very similar, falls in a similar scent family. This one's woody, powdery, fruity, sweet, vanilla, warm, spicy, amber, and balsamic. This has top notes of fig and champagne, middle notes of green Anjou pear, orris, and lily of the valley, and base notes of sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. So I would say out of the three, while I still enjoy this one, it's my least favorite of the three. So next we have Agua Mística. So Agua Mística and Flor Mística are my two favorite. They're different, that I like them both for different reasons. Agua Mística, this one's citrus, fruity, sweet, white floral, fresh, salty, and tropical, with top notes of tangerine, pineapple, and neroli, middle notes of jasmine and peony, and base notes of salt, skin, and white cedar extract. This one smells a lot like Atelier Cologne's Clementine, California. Yeah. And if you saw my video last week, which I'll have linked down below, Clementine, California has a very realistic clementine scent. And here it's more watery. It's juicy, but it's like a watery kind of version, because I do find Clementine, California to have that juicy opening, but a very dry, clean, woody base, especially in the dry down, where this one stays a little more aquatic, a little more watery, and fresh but still fruity. So I actually started to layer this with Clementine, California, and I really love that combination, because in the deep dry down, Clementine, California does get a little, there's almost something smoky, that it's so dry and it becomes a little more unisex, and I want that juiciness from the Clementine, so I use this to kind of prolong it. So usually I'll start with that one and then I'll layer this one on top. Again, not an exact dupe. If anything, I would love this one in perfume form, because I just feel like it's more juicy throughout. It's a little more fruity from beginning to end, in my opinion. And again, that's Agua Mística by Sol de Janeiro. Then we have Flor Mística, and this one is white floral, green, musky, lactonic, animalic, and fresh, with top notes of coconut water, orange blossom, middle notes of gardenia, flamingo flower, and white rose, and base notes of palm leaf and musk. This doesn't ever get lactonic to my nose. So when I sprayed this one, it reminded me of something, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then a lot of you guys said St. Bart's Way. So I sprayed them side by side, and they do smell similar, but I think it's the slight differences that kept me from connecting the two. This one's more warm, almost like you are out in the sun, and that warmth kind of rounds the scent out, whereas Way is a little more musky. Yeah, this one's a little brighter and more musky and fresh. So while they smell similar, one's more fresh, musky with a pinch of salt, and the other one's more fruity and warm, like you're out in the sun. They actually layer very nicely together, and I like having both of them because they are similar but different. Because I like this kind of fragrance in this tropical heat, I don't mind having the two. So again, that's Flor Mística by Sol de Janeiro. All right, then we have the three from Ellis Brooklyn. We have lychee milkshake, mango milkshake, and banana milkshake. So we're gonna start with lychee, which is my favorite. This one is fruity, sweet, floral, woody, powdery, and musky. This one has top notes of lychee, blackcurrant, milkshake, and pink pepper, middle notes of raspberry leaf, red freesia, and orchid, and base notes of sandalwood, sugarcane, and ambretolide. So this one, I would say, that atomizer, this one is my favorite. This one also lasts the longest. This is one that I've already worn a couple times. Dennis has asked me what I'm wearing, and my mom has told me I smell nice. This one is fruity with a little bit of like a vanilla. I wouldn't say I get a straight up milkshake, but it's a fruity kind of soft vanilla scent. And it's got this clean muskiness in the dry down. And I just think this one's fun and probably my favorite of the three. So again, that is lychee milkshake. All right, my second favorite of the three is mango milkshake. Oh, I just love that. Yeah, so this one's mango. I wouldn't say a very strong mango. I have other fragrances with mango, but it's definitely there. It's got a little bit of a mango to it. Again, this one isn't super milkshake to me. It's more vanilla base than it is like a milkshake, maybe a smoothie with a little bit of milk, but it's also not lactonic. It really is a little bit more of a vanilla fragrance, like a fruity fragrance with a vanilla base. So this one is considered sweet vanilla, tropical, citrus, fruity, and floral. This has top notes of mango, tangelo, and lemon, middle notes of sugar cane, coconut blossom, and freesia, and base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, and musk. This one I want to layer with other mango fragrances that I have in my collection. I think this will layer really nicely with Fame by Paco Rabanne because the mango in here is a little light, so I will have to report back on that combination, but this one out of the line is my second favorite. Then last we have banana milkshake. This one's sweet, vanilla, fruity, lactonic, tropical, and fresh. This has top notes of banana, milk, melon, and papaya, middle notes of strawberry, apricot, and a vanilla accord, and base notes of ice cream, vanilla, tonka bean, rum, and wood barrel. Now I know some people get the booziness. I haven't gotten that yet. So this one I felt like it smelled a lot like Apple Love, but then I sprayed them side by side and I was like, no. What it is maybe like the base of it is Apple Love, but Apple Love is definitely more musky, more fruity, and this one's more creamy. I would say out of the three, this one gives me more of a milkshake vibe, but more like a ice cream, like a real milkshake with ice cream creaminess, like that. The banana in here is a whisper of a banana. I barely get a banana. It's there, but I really have to be searching for it. And it's more the scent of a banana, not like a realistic banana. I have a few fragrances that have banana in it that I can definitely pick it up more. And in here, it just comes off more like a very light vanilla cream with a slight, very slight banana top. And then it settles to be more of a sugary, sweet, kind of creamy, lactonic scent. Out of all three, to me, this is the most milkshake-like, but without the fruit that I kind of want. I enjoy these definitely for bed. They have a light kind of fluffy airiness to them that I enjoy, and they're not too much. Again, I like something light for bed. So again, that is Banana Milkshake by Ellis Brooklyn. So yeah, guys, that will do it for my fragrance mist video. Let me know in the comments below, what are your guys' thoughts on fragrance mists? Do you just skip out on them altogether because you rather just have perfume? Or do you enjoy fragrance mists? And if so, which ones are you most excited about? Which ones have you tried? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.